alone. They ain't got no love for us. God made me black and strong. So I ain't gotta kiss this world ass just to get along and feel. It's that old nigga sold the seat for the city of Dayton. And I gotta kiss Satan's ass world just to get along. Cause God made me black and strong. So listen to the song, got an unsung ghetto hero. It's a damn shame. I gotta pack a pistol everywhere that I go. Label me psychomaniac, cause I can't act all bluesy. Nigga lose me with that self-hate. My music come to innovate the underdog. I got big black balls to say fuck all y'all who talk that shit to politics about a real nigga behind my back, cause I'm black and outspoken. I'm the spirit of Malcolm X, not the token. Motherfucker like Al Sharpton. I'm the fucking shark in the fucking water, coming up for air, cause Willow Wobess, a motherfucker, I don't care what you peasants motherfuckers say about me. Bitch nigga, I never kiss a nigga's ass just to get along. Fuck Satan's world, I never kiss a nigga's ass just to get along. Cause God made me black and strong, strong. I ain't gotta kiss this world ass to get along. Cause God made me black and strong, 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 strong. Goddamn, that nigga sold the seat, fucking let the devil program. Sacrificial lamb, came back, reincarnated, still dedicated to this rebel music. Make a nigga put a move on the opposition. Kill that motherfucker, it's the mission. Not a Christian, so I don't forget my enemies for the shit they did to me and my family. So I live this thug life where revenge is my best friend. Please God forgive me for my sins. Fuck the world, it ain't never had no love for us black folks. So fuck the vote, I'ma let the world know I ain't got no love for these motherfuckers. They ain't got no love for me, and I gotta kiss the motherfuckers ass just to get along. Cause God made me black and strong. Fuck this world, I ain't gotta kiss the world's ass. Hey, black power people, I'm back with another one. Hey, your first time coming into my channel, go ahead, come on in, liking the video, come on in, subscribing to the channel. This is Underground Warrior TV. I'm back banging on that beast like I always do. And I always will, long as God give me the strength and my ancestors give me the breath, you know, to get up each morning and be able to deliver this message that I got to get to the people. What up, black people? Yeah, come on in, liking the video, subscribe to the channel. Come on, subscribe to the channel, because see, they hating on me. You know, YouTube is on some hating shit. You know what I'm saying? Negroes on some hating shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, they want you to kiss ass to get along. But see, God made me black and strong. That's why I made that song. Yeah, I still do my music off and on. You know, family. I've been on Africa and in a couple videos. I've been on Africa almost every day in subject. And the reason why I'm in subject on Africa, because once the African people in Africa gained its true independence, which is real power, not just money, but the power. You know, they grabbing the power. Like I told people in this country, money don't mean nothing in this country because we divided. We don't have the power. The power comes when we unify as one people. And I'm on Africa because I hope these recent takeovers, I'm not going to call them coups. I'm going to call them revolutionary military action being taken by brothers and sisters in Africa, in which this should have been done a long time ago. But there's a season and time for everything. I'm so glad that Gabon is standing up, kicking out white France. America, you next. Great Britain, if you in Africa, you next. Anything that's dealing with European people, you got to go. So my hat's off to Gabon, Guinea, Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger. I hope that when Africa take its power, please keep those Christian missionaries out of Africa. I'm going to talk about a case. In fact, 2 cases. And there's many more cases that's being under the hush-hush code of silence by the eugenics of this world who want to get rid of black people. Let me say this. There's a mandate. White supremacy must get rid of black people. You cannot trust white people. They have a mandate to get rid of us. This is real, family. You think I'm just pulling your chain. I'm just speaking out mouth. I study these people. They have an art of a dialogue that's prescribed to kill us. We the majority on the planet. We outnumber the Caucasian people 11-1. How do they rule so many? Through the matrix, your mind manipulation, mind control. But this case I want to talk about, on September 14th of this year, the Liberian police have arrested American citizen named Lucas Richard. Now, Mr. Richard moves to Liberia to further the gospel, looking out for the African people as he said he was. His organization said they were looking out for the people, the poor people of Africa, all in the name of God. But you know what Richard started doing? Having sex with a black African woman over there. Keep in mind, Lucas Richard left Virginia and moved to Liberia with his white wife. He's supposed to be a Christian, but he having sex. According to the Christian doctrine, you're not allowed to have sex out of wedlock, according to the Christian doctrine. So these people always come in the name of God and Jesus to do harm to our people. Christianity is the tool they use to enslave black people. A lot of black Christians, a lot of black preachers hate to admit that Christianity was the tool that tricked black people, and they still tricking black people with this. This guy goes and has sex with one of our African sisters, impregnated her, gets her pregnant. Then he administered drugs to her and injected her with something that gave her miscarriage. Not only that, on September 14th, he tried to behead this sister. Tried to kill her. He tried to delete our sister. This is a Christian missionary. The Christians always up to no good. The white Christians, when they go into Africa, they go to kill, all in the name of Jesus. Facts. I tell this to black people that I know, they get mad and told me I'm a conspiracy theorist. But check this video out. Check this clip. Out.
Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for the fair use for purpose such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is permitted by copyright statute and might otherwise be infringing non-profit education, personal use, tips to balance in the favor of fair use.
She said there were signs that Richards was up to something sinister, but she didn't see it coming. The Liberia National Police have arrested and are investigating an American national, Lucas Richards, on allegations of criminal attempt to commit murder and aggravated assault. Lucas Richard, U.S. citizen and a missionary of the Greek Side Church, is married to a 21-year-old Liberian woman Jessica Lloyd. On September 14, at 3 p.m., it is alleged that suspect Richards drove the victim, Jessica Lloyd, around Dixville, Caldwell. Lloyd described the terrifying incident, explaining that Richards had enticed her to a remote location under the guise of changing a flat tire. In an unexpected twist, he attacked her with a metal tool, attempting to slit her throat. Fortunately, a concerned bystander stepped in and saved her life. Jessica said, "While we were going, we saw a cemetery and he suggested that we get down and see the graves. He said that's what they do in America, but I told him no. Later he stopped the car and said one of the tires had a problem and he pulled the irons and called me to help him. While helping him, he said there was dirt on my head, and he loosened my hair to take away the dirt. Then he hit me with the iron very hard. I thought it was the tire that burst, but I fell and while attempting to wake up, he took the knife and began to slaughter me. But it looks like the boy has been watching us and he saw him hitting the iron on my head. And he came to my rescue." Lloyd is currently being treated at the John F. Kennedy Medical Center, while suspect Richards is being held at the Liberia National Police Headquarters. Richard has, however, vehemently denied the allegations, asserting that Lloyd had been injured in a motorcycle accident. She was hit by a motorbike. The motorbike struck her, causing her to fall backward and roll into the ditch, he maintained. In his denial, Richard told police that the victim had asked him for $150 to buy foodstuff from the supermarket. After shopping, he dropped her along the roadside for her to get a motorbike that would take her back home. "From there we decided that I can drop her. She will get a motorbike while standing on the road. I saw a motorbike come from nowhere and hit her," he said. The mother of the victim shared that her daughter and Richard initially crossed paths at a boarding school in Cape Mount. Richard subsequently fell in love with Lloyd and proposed marriage. And that Richard was already married to an older lady before his marriage to Jessica. The victim's mother also accused Richard of administering an injection.
Tonight at 6, a Bedford woman is facing disturbing allegations about her nonprofit in Uganda. Renee Bach is being sued for allegedly operating a medical facility without a license, leading to the death of hundreds of children. 10 News reporter Jessica Jewell is digging into this, and she is live in the newsroom. Jessica?
We got our hands on this copy of the lawsuit. The Women's Pro Bono Initiative and two mothers filed this civil suit in a court in Uganda, saying actions by the group, the nonprofit, serving his children, led to the deaths of their children. The allegations stirring up a firestorm of criticism, and tonight, the woman taking the heat is firing back.
Our focus is malnutrition, so we do preventative care programs and then also treatment services.
Less than 2 years ago, we sat down with Renee Bach to talk about her nonprofit serving his children. Its mission, fighting malnutrition in Uganda, clearly outlined on its website.
When mothers come to serving his children, many of them have lost hope.
But now some are blaming the organization not just for losing hope, but losing lives. Two mothers and the Women's Pro Bono Initiative suing Bach and serving his children. Court documents say they were led to believe Bach was a medical doctor, claiming she unlawfully practiced medicine and offered medical services to unsuspecting vulnerable children. In these now deleted images, she's seen wearing a stethoscope, administering care to children. The plaintiffs say they only learned after their children died Bach had no proper medical training. Her attorney's response?
The people in Uganda aren't that stupid. I mean, there's almost a racist undertone in this, that somehow they would not understand that this was a girl that had gone over as a late teen and served there for a decade. They knew exactly who she was and what she was doing.
David Gibbs dismissing the claims as false. He says his client learned skills to help provide assistance as necessary, but always under supervision of a qualified medical professional.
We anticipate prevailing because there's just no factual basis for the allegations that are being put forward.
Fighting a lawsuit threatening to end an organization that Gibbs says has done a world of good.
Ultimately, the loser in this would not be the organization or even Renee, but the ultimate loser would be the children that wouldn't be helped.
Bach's attorney, who you just heard from, is working with her legal team in Uganda. Because the legal system works different there, it could take months before the judge decides how to move forward. In the newsroom, I'm Jessica Jewell, 10 News, working for you.
Black family, my black family, how am I a conspiracy theorist when I point out what our oppressor is actually doing, but I'm a conspiracy theorist? See, niggas or Negroes just love their oppressor. They trust their oppressor. See, what's going on in Africa, Africa got a high dose of that Christianity. They got a high dose of some crazy Christianity. So anybody coming white skin can trick some of the people there. See, Christianity is white supremacy. It teaches a white God savior complex. So when someone white comes to the continent, they automatically think this is Jesus. You feel what I'm saying? Symbolically. You feel what I'm saying? The white God or white savior complex. So the colonized mind, brothers and sisters in Africa did go through the diaspora like we did, our ancestors, but they suffered the same colonized education to colonize their mind. And they also enslaved them by using them to mine for gold and diamonds and other resources that Europe doesn't have, America doesn't have, for low wages. Africans have been used and abused by these people. So let me get this straight. This dude, Richards, goes to Africa, has sex with a sister, get her pregnant. Listen to the madness. He inject her with a substance, administer something to her to make her have a miscarriage. But this chump is married. According to the Christian doctrine, you're not allowed to have more than one wife. But he got married to a sister while he was over there. His white wife was unaware. That's how deep this dude is. Hope they throw the book at him over there in Liberia. That's just like the fake doctor that they did a HBO series on. HBO White Savior Complex, where the fake doctor, another Christian, unqualified Christian, Renee Batch, who moved to Uganda, going back and forth from Uganda to the United States, where she had a non-profit Christian organization called Serving His Children Treatment Center. This was a medical center, and this white woman was unqualified to be a physician, but she's doing blood transfusion on African children and killing them. She killed over 105 children. And she got sued
and she's only going to pay $18,000. So you're talking about $9,000 between two parents who sued Renee Bach for killing their kids. And I believe she purposely poisoned the kids. See, that's what they do. They send the missionaries over there who had needles full of the HIV virus. This is how black people in Africa get Ebola and HIV and all other kind of crazy diseases that these mad scientists orchestrate. Bill Gates went to Guinea. He know what he did in Guinea. Bill Gates, he went to Guinea and used a vaccine against the Guinea children over there, and they ended up with all kind of messed up polio and things to that nature. Just the nature of when you're dealing with this Neanderthal. You feel what I'm saying? Our sister name is Jessica Lloyd, who was impregnated by that beast. Yeah. Lucas Richards. And this the kind of stuff they do. That's mad what he put down. And that's been going on. He just got busted. And this unqualified doctor, physician, Renee Bach, I don't know why she's not in prison right now. I don't know why she's not in prison right now. 105 black kids came up dead up under her watch. She was practicing medicine, and HBO called her a saver. How is it that you don't have a medical license? 105 children come up dead up under your watch, and you treat it as a saver. See, black people, we got to get rid of that white saver syndrome. You got to get rid of that white saver syndrome. These people come with death. It's the order of death when they come messing with us. They have a mandate to get rid of us. You know, this HBO gave this woman props. The Saber Complex, who went to Uganda, opened up a nonprofit organization to help malnourished black children. And the reason why that the children of Uganda were suffering because of white France influence, European colonizers influence, who have puppet presidents who starved their people out for the interest of white supremacy, which is the white world. Yes, Jessica Lloyd's family, hope y'all get justice against this Neanderthal for what he did. Peace and black power.